It's called the Uncle Gimpy Children's Hour. And it is a children's show that is, there's no way to totally describe it. If you try to follow a logical theme within the show, you can't get there. And Letterman is the announcer, and another friend of mine who lives in Indianapolis was Uncle Gimpy, but Letterman did most of the writing for it, and they produced it and used it on WAGO. Beyond that, it could never find its way on the air because it's just really strange.
Get ready, Muncie, and stand by Mid-America for the greatest radio telephonic extravaganza ever conceived by the mortal mind. That's right, ecstatic listeners. Once again from the nerve center of campus,
you gotta know!
It's time for the Uncle Gimpy Show.
Hey, kiddies, close all the windows and turn on the gas, 'cause it's time for Uncle Gimpy.
A hush falls over the studio audience as Uncle Gimpy approaches the microphone. He straightens his tie, and amid tumultuous applause, he says,
Good morning, criminals, and welcome to the Uncle Gimpy Show. My name is Uncle Gimpy. Get ready for action, kids, because today on the Uncle Gimpy Show, we are going to have lovely Holly Loki sing us one of her warm and wonderful ballads of the islands. We're also going to have a lovely interview with a CIA agent and a lovely interview with an ex-woman convict. We will also be placing an enchanted Uncle Gimpy Magic Prize Festival phone call to some lucky listener out there in Radioland, and she will have an opportunity to win the fantastic trip for two to enchanted Union City, plus the fantastic Uncle Gimpy Prize Wonderland. All that's coming up a little later in the show. But first, friends, I would like to remind you that Uncle Gimpy doesn't want to have his phone number changed again. So quit making those cute little telephone calls in the middle of the night. Got that, goons? Good. Now, before we bring out the lovely Holly Loki, here's a word from our announcer.
Boys and girls, how would you like Uncle Gimpy to get off color with you while you're on the playground? Just think how impressed your friends would be if they saw Uncle Gimpy bothering you by the swings. You can, you know. All you have to do is enter the I Want to Be Annoyed by Uncle Gimpy on the Playground contest. Address all entries to the nerve center of campus and tell why you'd like to be bothered on the playground. Winners will be selected on the basis of neatness.
Now, before we bring out the lovely Holly Loki, it's time to place another super swell Uncle Gimpy magic phone call to some lucky listener out there in the Muncie area. The phone call has been placed, and in just a few seconds, we will see if that lucky listener can correctly answer the Uncle Gimpy Brain Burner question to win. You, of course, know that the swell prize is that fabulous trip, oh boy, to Union City for two. Plus the entire Uncle Gimpy Prize Wonderland. Included in this Prize Wonderland are such great gifts as a life-size oil painting of Uncle Gimpy the night his appendix burst, a beautiful and vibrant Anheuser-Busch, an electric sponge, a collection of 16 rare and exotic rodent and wild dog scents. Included in this gift pack are scents from the sloth, the ditch gopher, and the dingo dog. Handsomely gift wrapped for you and use in your own home. Also included is this Gala Prize Wonderland is a set of tubeless doilies and other prizes too numerous to mention. Okay, we have our party on the line. Remember, the Uncle Gimpy Brain Burner question is correctly trace the heritage of the Algonquin Canal children from their origin to present-day life in Toledo, including any significant sociological contribution, with the exception of the invention of the bookend. No help from the studio, please? Okay, ready? Hello, who is this?
Hi, Grover. How are you? Hey, listen, the last time I saw you, sweetie, you really look good. You've had no idea how lonely I am. I just can't stand this bag anymore. You know, like it's not my thing. I just don't dig it. I'm getting sick of this place. I've been in here all day and all night. I never get out. I can't stand it. I really dig you, and I miss you a heck of a... Uh-oh, here comes my husband. Call me back later, okay? Bye.
Oh, very cute. But I'm afraid that she missed out on a lot of swell gifts, so that means we will add a Himalayan translation of the Yorktown phone book to that great list of prizes, and we will be making another fun-packed phone call again tomorrow. Now, before we bring out the lovely Holly Loki, let's take time for another word from our announcer.
I tell you one thing, I don't need that Uncle Gimpy goon. I could be making a lot more money out in Tumwater working at my brother-in-law's hothouse. I got better things to do than sitting around waiting on that Uncle Gimpy. Excuse me there. Hey, kids, how would you like a life-size replica of Uncle Gimpy made entirely out of prune pits and celery strings? You can, you know. All you have to do is send $40 in coin and a self-addressed stamped envelope to this station in care of Uncle Gimpy, and you, too, can have your very own Uncle Gimpy doll. Now back to you, Uncle Gimpy.
Will somebody please get me that clown's name? Okay, great. Now, thrill seekers, before we bring out the lovely Holly Loki, it's time to talk with our first guest of the morning. As a boy, our guest was raised on a small farm in Pittsburgh. As a girl, he was raised on a sponge ranch in Cypress Gardens. Hoo-ha! After graduation from college, our next guest spent 6 years as a backgammon dealer at the beautiful and enchanted Club Foot in Perth Amboy, until he was fired for getting fresh with a male customer. Our guest never worked again until last August when he was hired by the CIA. Aha! And with the CIA, he was a chemical warfare expert. Ladies and gentlemen out there in Radio Land, how about a great big Uncle Gimpy welcome for Agent Spitz of the CIA?
Good morning, Uncle Gimpy. Sure is a pleasure for me to be here.
All right, you are, Agent Spitz. I would assume that the work done by the CIA is highly secretive in nature.
Well, it certainly is, Uncle Gimpy.
Well, then, I wonder if you could possibly tell us and the folks at home just what the mission you're on right now is all about.
Well, actually, no, I couldn't.
Oh, yes. Well, I understand. Then could you tell us about the nature of your first mission?
Well, Uncle Gimpy, as much as I'd like to, I can't.
Oh, well, then would you like to tell us how you became interested in the CIA?
No, I couldn't.
I see. Well, then would you tell us what you do in your spare time?
Well, I'm awfully sorry, but I can't tell you.
Well, hoo-ha. How do you like the weather, Spitz?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you that either.
Are you married?
Oh, yes, I am, and she's a lovely woman.
Oh, do you have any children?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you that.
What would you like to do after retirement, Spitz?
Oh, I can't tell you that either, Uncle Gimpy. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, is there anything that you would really like to talk about?
Well, yes, there is, Uncle Gimpy. There's one thing that I wanted very much to talk about on the show today.
Oh, great. What's that?
I'd really like to talk about my wife's abscessed bladder.
Would somebody get this goon out? You jerk. Get out. Oh,
You'll be sorry if I could, I'd tell you a thing or two.
Yeah, we'll see you, mallet head. Now, before we bring out the lovely Holly Loki, let's send out for a garlic and onion pizza. Ha-ha-ha, hoo-ha. Seriously, folks, let's meet our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, before we bring out our lovely Holly Loki, let's meet our next guest. But before we do that, let's take time out for a special report from our mobile news unit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this radio transmission to bring you this.
My, that is too bad. Anyway, before we meet the lovely Holly Loki, our next guest is going to come out. She's the beautiful and vivacious Lucinda Judged. Miss Judged has spent most of her time in prison. Miss Judged was first arrested at the age of 13 in Barcelona, Spain, for impersonating Sonny Tufts at an all-night movie and lawn chair auction. From then on, Miss Judged was doomed to a life of crime. She is currently serving a life sentence at the state prison. Miss Judged, however, is a model prisoner. She works in the prison candy kitchen in her spare time. She organizes inter-prison coke dates for the guards and the inmates. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm and wonderful welcome for Miss Lucinda Judged.
Good morning, Uncle Gimpy.
Oh, hi. I suppose that after having been in prison for so long, you really would rather not talk about it.
Well, that's true. I was in for so long that sometimes it does bring back some unpleasant memories. Hey, there's no chance this place getting busted, is there?
Oh, no. Tell us, how long have you been in?
I told you, buddy, I didn't want to talk about it, you tool.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry there, Lucinda. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I'd really like to talk about that guy who has the wife who has the abscessed bladder.
You know, for a fat broad, you're pretty funny, kid.
Oh, thanks. Let's talk about the big house.
I understand that you were in charge of the candy kitchen.
Yes, I was, and it was a very rewarding experience. I got to meet all kinds of nice people. Hey, you know Martha Washington made candy?
Yes, I knew that, but I didn't know she was in jail, hoo-ha. Nah.
You're silly. Anyway, as I was telling you, I owe everything that I have today to the candy kitchen.
Well, that's just great. It does my heart good to hear that coming from an obviously model prisoner.
Oh, yes, indeedy-do. Oh, yes, I was envied by everyone.
What exactly, really, just what did you do while in prison?
Well, you see, I spent all of my time eating chocolate. I mean all of my time eating chocolate.
Yeah.
Day and night, and minute after minute, hour after hour, year after year, decade after decade. I'm glad that's over.
Over? What do you mean, over, Lucinda?
Oh, well, it's a sickie, but I escaped.
How did you do that?
Oh, you gotta hear this one. I ate so much chocolate that one day I just broke out.
Get this broad out of here. Talk about disgusting vibes. Oh, we'll see ya, meathead. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, before we bring out the lovely Holly Loki, I'm going to sing a few Paraguayan pre-revolutionary field and ditch worker songs made popular here on campus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this radio transmission to bring you this pertinent burning bulletin on the condition of famous Hawaiian singer and dancer Miss Holly Loki. Miss Loki has just been mugged by a group of striking pineapple pickers. Doctors say her condition is grave. The report did not mention whether she will ever be able to play the accordion or the manzillo again. More on her condition after sign-off.
Oh, that's too bad. Hope she didn't smear her tattoo. Oh, now before we bring out the ex-lovely Holly Loki, I would like to hum a medley of spirited Polish piping songs which were so popular until outlawed by the International Brotherhood of Plumbers and Pipe Layers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this radio transmission to bring you this pertinent burning bulletin concerning the condition of Holly Loki. She has just accepted a position with a major airlines, sweeping down planes.
Look where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and it sure smells sweet to have your plane swept.
Well, too bad for Holly Loki. In a few weeks, her fame could have been sweeping the campus. And believe me, this campus needs sweeping. Well, Groovers, that's about all for the Uncle Gimpy Show. And I will be at the Scramble Light tomorrow afternoon snatching purses. Oh, well, until tomorrow, see ya later, goons.
Ladies and gentlemen, this radio extravaganza is over. It will soon be gone, but not forgotten. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Out of sight, out of mind. Last but not least, oh lordy, how my heart grows weary. I'd rather be right than be president. A Rolling Stone won't get Jagger. On the wings of a snow-white dove, Simple Simon works at the Pizza King. I ain't gonna take no rainbow ride. We'll fight them on the land.
Would you turn that music down?
Guests appear on...
Would you turn that music down?
Guests appear on the Uncle Gimpy Show. Do so in return for fixed traffic tickets. Prizes awarded on the show are given to us in return for dirty postcards. The part of Uncle Gimpy is on the left side of his head.
Would you slow that music down? Would you slow that music down?
Now, let's see, where was I?
Are we on the air?
This radio telephonic extravaganza comes to you daily from the nerve center of the Ball State University campus. The Uncle Gimpy Show is followed closely by 18 seconds of dead air. It is also closely followed by the FCC.
Would you turn that music down? Are we on the air?
Oh, well. Join us again next time. That's not right. Join us again tomorrow. Drat, that's not it either. Join us again next week. Oh, heck, I did it again. Join us in a month or two. No. Join us tonight at my place. No, I guess that wouldn't be right either. This is the last time the Uncle Gimpy Show will be heard on this station. Next week, it will be at the Greyhound station.
Are we on the air? Would you turn that music down?
Now, where was I? This is the... No, I said that. Who wrote this, anyway? Our thanks to the...
Would you slow that music down?
Our thanks to Agent Spitz of the CIA and Lucinda, Judge Woman Prisoner. Printed copies of their interviews may be obtained from the man at the corner of Walnut and High at midnight. This week's gift carton of roofing nails goes to our fighting men in Daleville. This is your announcer, Grundy Schutz, wishing you a very pleasant recovery from the disease of your choice.